Hello, friends, both old and new. I am John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people, much like yourselves. It's been a minute, and I apologize for that. And we are going through some craziness right now, and I just wanted to try to make things better for everybody. So I have put together a monster of a playlist for you to listen to and enjoy as time goes on. You notice I have my Cincinnati Reds tie on. Just because we have no baseball season this year does not mean that I am not going to support my Cincinnati Reds. In fact, it makes me do so even more. But hey, that's how I do things. So, this week's playlist. You see the title? This should cover you. And it's all covers, because you know how much I love cover music. And I just wanted to share some of my absolute favorites with you. Now, as always, the beginning, middle, and end will have little special surprises for you that I will not talk about in the curation. By the way, you can find that playlist in the description down below. While you're down there, if you would be so kind, please like, share, subscribe. Especially share it with some other friends who you think might like this music or who you think like music in general, because I try and keep it diverse. And I try and share as much music as possible with as many people as possible. Now, I am not going to go into as much curation as I normally do, because this is a monster of a playlist. So, if you have any questions, if you have anything you would like to learn or understand about any of the music here, please hit me up in the comments section. That's what it's there for. And I will be happy to talk to you about such things, but I don't want to make a half-hour long video. So I'm just going to hit on some highlights and talk about the tracks. We're starting off with my friends from Canton, Ohio, right here, Marilyn Manson. And this is Prelude. It's the first track on their first album, which was Portrait of an American Family, produced by Trent Reznor back in 1994. Absolutely amazing album. Trent Reznor knew that he had caught some lightning, and he put that lightning in a bottle and made an absolutely amazing freaking album. I'm not taking anything away from Marilyn Manson, but when they started their work, they were just another metal band from Florida at the time. They were stationed, they were all down in Florida. And if you know anything about Florida, just another metal band from Florida means you're one of many, many, many metal bands. He was smart enough to find them and absolutely make something that has kind of, influenced Western culture for the past 20 years. The track is originally from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's the boat song. And this used to scare the living shit out of me when I was a kid. And so having a band redo it is absolutely amazing. Following that, we have Phish. Now, Phish took me a long time to catch on to, because as you all know, if you follow the channel, I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan. and this, young upstart jam band coming up who isn't the Dead, who isn't the Allman Brothers. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, ooh, icky. But then I actually got into some of their music and listened to it, which is what one should do with music before one judges it. And they're great. And this is them doing their cover of Foreplay Long Time by Boston. Um, Now, this it's actually pretty cool because they played a festival. They did 2 nights at the festival. And the first night was Monday. The second night was Tuesday. The first night they opened with this, and the second night they closed with Tuesday's Gone by or originally by Leonard Skinner. And what's really cool is that they opened with this because they had not played this venue in years. And I just think it's awesome that they opened with it. This was originally off of Boston's self-titled album back from 1978, I believe. And this is some fire. Now, I do have to tell you, the first minute or so, this is not a stage recording. This is actually like an actual bootleg. So the first minute or two, the sound quality like goes up and down, but it's certainly worth listening to. By the way, during all of this social distancing, jam bands, I mean, the entire point is getting people together in a large group to enjoy each other and enjoy a show. Phish, for free, are releasing archival footage on their website of entire concerts. I will put the link in the description down below. You should definitely check it out if you enjoy their music. Following that, we have Sharks in Your Mouth. They are an Italian metalcore band, and they're covering some Eminem. Now, I enjoy this cover a lot. Some people really don't care for it. I do quite a bit. But metalcore, they're from Italy, and this track was originally in the movie 8 Mile. It's on the soundtrack for that if you want to check it out. By the way, if you want to check out an awesome movie about music and a music experience and just a great movie, 8 Mile. Definitely should watch it. Uh, it's really good. Really, really good. After that, we have Raised in Black doing A Drug Against War, which was originally by KMFDM. It came off of their 1993 album Angst. And Raised in Black is from all places Hawaii. I think industrial music, you think like Germany, Russia, maybe like, some of your more gloomy places in America, like Scranton, Pennsylvania, or something like that. But nope, Hawaii. It's awesome. It's really good. This was on the album Don't Blow Your Cover, which was put out. It's a complete set of covers of KMFDM music. And quite enjoyable, to say the least. After that, we have the Grateful Dead doing Me and Bobby McGee. Now, a lot of people think this song was originally by Janis Joplin. That is not the case. It was written by Chris Christopherson. It was done originally by Chris Christopherson. Janis did the most popular version, and arguably to some people the best version. I like her version quite well, but it was originally done by Chris Christopherson, and this is the Grateful Dead doing it. 1971, and it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. The Grateful Dead did so many amazing covers, and this has to be one of my favorites that they ever did. Following that, we have Dwight Yoakam doing Sloop John B. Now, this track has a really interesting storyline because it was originally a just like Caribbean folk song almost, and then the Beach Boys took and recorded it, put it on, I believe it was Pet Sounds, if I remember correctly. It was on one of their albums, and this is Dwight Yoakam doing his cover of it. And his band is absolutely amazing. His performance here is absolutely amazing. And oh my gosh, I want a beige Stetson cowboy hat like that. But no, seriously, being completely serious, this is one of the best covers I've ever heard of one of my favorite songs. So I think that's saying quite a bit. Next we have Physical by Nine Inch Nails. This was originally done by Adam and the Ants. It was on the album Kings of the Wild Frontier. And this was a hidden track. If some of you out there are too young, a lot of bands would put tracks on CDs back in the day that it would skip to like track 98 or something like that, and then it would be there. And this was there, and it is an absolutely amazing cover. You're Too Physical for Me. It's very descriptive of a, let's say, not so pleasant relationship. Following that, we have Superstar, done by Sonic Youth. This was originally by the Carpenters. And if you listen to this track and you know anything about Karen Carpenter, she died from an eating disorder. She was severely anorexic, and the bleakness and loneliness, if you've ever known anyone, or if you are anyone who has that condition, is so expressed in this track. Also, if you personally are having issues with that, look in the description down below. I have left a link for a help website that maybe you can talk to somebody and get those problems fixed. Get it taken care of, because it is a real serious disease. Now, I know all of you are sitting there who are fans of this channel saying, John, you're talking about self-destructive behavior, but It's a real and serious thing. And uh, yeah, the link's down there in the description below. After that, we have Apoctygma Berserk doing Shake the Disease, which was originally about a Pesh mode. This is at a live show they did in Ambeg in 2014. And it's almost a cappella. I mean, it's just Jonas and a piano, which is really cool. Uh, because it's just so raw and so pure, and I hope you enjoy that, the sound of that. Very different from the original version. That's the great thing about covers, is that they're different from the original versions. Following that, not really a cover, but we have KMFDM's remix of Thunder Kiss 65 by White Zombie. Uh, Now, I am one of the very blessed people who actually owns a copy of this single. If you want to find one, get out your wallet, because it is not going to be cheap when you look for it on the internet or when you look for it at a record store. But I actually happen to own it. KMFDM did a bunch of White Zombie remixes, and this is freaking great. I love anything Rob Zombie's ever touched. I specifically like White Zombie quite well. So this is a very special track for me. It came out back in '94, and like I said, just fair warning: if you're not going to get it off the internet and you want a physical copy, it is hard as hell to find. Going on with White Zombie, you want to get even harder to find? They did a very limited edition cover of God of Thunder by Kiss. And I happened to put it on this playlist because I thought you would dig it. I love me some Kiss. Like I said, I love me some White Zombie. And this was only released as a single. As far as I know, there's no other way you can find it. So, best of looking for that. But in the meantime, just listen to it right here. Like I said, the playlist is in the description down below. Now, all of the playlists have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Surprise! We've got the interlude right here. You get to see what that is. Following that interlude, we have Typo Negative's cover of Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. This is off the album Nativity in Black, which also came out in 1994. 1994 was a great freaking year for music. And the original version is from the perspective of a woman who is being tempted by Lucifer. Well, this version that Type of Negative did is about Lucifer's perspective, which I think is an absolutely brilliant decision to make. So enjoy that, and please, if you can find the album, enjoy the entire album, because there's so many amazing Sabbath covers on there. And the only thing better than a Sabbath cover is another Sabbath cover. Next, we have Broken Peach doing This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas. The soundtrack was originally done by Danny Elfman. Broken Peach is Broken Peach. Their performance rock art I don't even know how to describe them, but definitely worth checking out. And this is a great A, musical, and B, performance piece. So I hope you dig on it. It's some fun stuff. In our town we call home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song. Then we have Bear McCreary doing All Along the Watchtower. Bear McCreary was the composer for Battlestar Galactica. And if you are familiar with the TV series, that song is extremely important. So watch and listen because it is great. This is the extended mix. It has the full version, which isn't even on the soundtrack album. So you get a nice little bonus. After that, we have Alice in Chains doing Kashmir. Now, obviously, Lane Stanley had passed away by this time. This came out, I believe, in 2011. William Duvall was hired as the singer for Alice in Chains and does an amazing job. They're doing Kashmir by Zeppelin with the Northwest Symphony Orchestra, which, just listen to it. It's freaking great. It's beyond out there. Then we have the Sex Pistols doing I'm Not Your Stepping Stone by the Monkees. Now, it's funny because Malcolm McLaren tried to squeeze every freaking penny he could out of recordings of the Sex Pistols. So this was like a studio take that never got even put out or anything like that. And it got put on the Great Rock and Roll Swindle. But it's gold. It's freaking dynamite. And as much as I love the original version, I like this version even better. Then we have Concrete Blonde doing Beds Are Burning by Midnight Oil. This is a piece that's really close to my heart because it had originally been done about Australian Aborigines, but Johnette changed a few lyrics and it's talking about Native Americans. What's been taken from them? I mean, so much of Western culture has been taking things from people. And this really expresses it properly. Plus, it's Concrete Blonde. I mean, Johnette, if you're watching this, will you marry me? Please? Just trying. After that, we have Zakk Wylde doing Mississippi Queen. Zakk Wylde was the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne for quite some time during his solo career. And then he formed Black Label Society. This is Mississippi Queen by Mountain, which actually is a more traditional blues piece that a number of people have done. The most popular version is the one by Mountain, though. And it's actually named after a steamboat, but if you listen, I'm pretty sure you're going to know what is being referenced in the song. Just a thought. Then we have the Dave Matthews Band doing Sweet Emotion. Some people out there hate the Dave Matthews Band. I did for a long time, and then I really got more into some of their music, and I actually enjoy it. This is Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. And what's really, really, really cool is this is live at Lakeside back in 2011. And their guitarist was not able to play the show because of an illness. So their guitar tech had to do his parts. And it's their guitar tech doing the music. And he kind of kicks ass. Like, he's pretty freaking amazing. After that, we have Chris Cornell doing Nothing Compares to You, originally written by Prince and from Purple Rain, and then done very famously by my girl, my love, Sinead O'Connor. But this is at a recording for Sirius XM, and it's very stripped, it's very raw, it's very acoustic, and I absolutely freaking love it. Following that, with stripped and acoustic, we have Soul Asylum doing Bird on a Wire. Originally by Leonard Cohen. They did this at a show in Minneapolis right after Leonard Cohen passed away. And Dave Pirner was always a huge fan. And if you listen to music by Leonard Cohen and music by Soul Asylum, you can definitely see the very heavy influence. So, definitely great to listen to. Finally, we end this with Motorhead doing Heroes by David Bowie. And I don't even think I need to say anything else. It's Motorhead playing a David Bowie song live, which is freaking awesome. As I said, beginning, middle, and end all have special tracks. I didn't want this video to run a half an hour, but hey, it has, because like I said, this is a monster of a freaking playlist. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the music. I hope you enjoy each other from a distance right now. I will see you soon. And please, in the meantime, PLUR, be excellent to one another. And party on.